Man, we at it again. This is day one of a luxury flip. On the last video, you saw that we met the contractors. We went through, did the planning. Today is all about teaching and educating. We're bringing Legacy Wealth Group here. Got probably about 40, 50 people coming. We are going to teach them the game. As you can see, it looks like a dump right now. This is crazy. But when this is done, this is gonna be close to $1 million project. But how do we get there? We're gonna take you from point A to point B, and we're gonna teach you, we're gonna coach you. Home Depot's here. Our partners at Home Depot have come. It's so important how you manage these projects. Home Depot has become an integral part of our business doing these flips because they get the material, they help with all the pricing, getting stuff here if we need take backs. So Home Depot's here answering questions. I'm going through the design, walking room by room, saying what I paid for it, where I got it, what the economics look on the back end, what we do with the profits when we're done. This is really elevating. This is what Legacy Wealth Group is about. So come take a look, and on the next video, you'll see what the demo looks like. Let's go take a look. All right, y'all, let's get together. Let's get to it. Come on, everybody come upstairs. Who's downstairs? Come on up. Come on up.
There's the bath right there.
Yeah, nah, I don't know.
It's dead.
Yeah, we didn't see that last time. So we gotta put that on the camera, man, to get the video. Get the video.
Get all the girls together.
All right, everybody. Man, thanks for coming out. And this is super fire, man. You guys are gonna learn something today. We're gonna walk through the whole thing. So if you guys got questions, all that, at any time, feel free to ask a question. Right? There is no dumb question. That's why we're here. We're here to figure it all out. So, and again, we're gonna walk through. I'll tell you anything you want to know. There's no question that's off basis. All right. So this is a luxury flip that I bought. So today is day one. Just closed on it today. This is the next one in the line of many luxury flips, and I want to teach everyone how I do them. So you can kind of get the curtain pulled back, see how I'm doing them, see what type of vision I have. I got Scott here. Oh, there he is. I got Scott from Home Depot. So he is a big partner of ours. He does a lot of the materials. He's going to be able to share anything you guys have as far as Home Depot material-wise. Home Depot is an integral part of what we do because he helps manage the materials. So I don't have to go into the store. Oh, go ahead.
I never had a person from Home Depot visit anything I do, and I'm a contractor. So what department are you in? Like,
well, he'll get there.
Yeah. No, we'll go to it right now. So we have a partnership with Home Depot. So if you have a pro account with Home Depot, you get all kinds of discounts, right? And so we're building a relationship with them. So they come and they partner with Legacy members. So if you are a paid Legacy member, you get extra discounts, things like that.
So you don't work in a location, you work somewhere else?
I'm an outside sales rep.
Boom,
so
there we go.
Just jump right into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm an outside sales rep, which means I don't work in a store. I work from home with a portfolio of customers. So the portfolio of customers that I have, they get my attention along with the team of people that work with me. So I have a partner, Bailey, who knows Corey well. We do message. She lives outside of Kansas City, but her role is to write quotes, write designs,
Design kitchens.
And then she sells them. She follows up on will calls, leads, deliveries, all sorts of things. And then we have other people that help as well with different design factors. So if Corey wanted to replace all the windows, we would send that to a pro team that would do all the window designs, millwork teams. We have all sorts of teams. And we're dedicated to accounts. And several other people in this room are members of
these guys over here,
as well.
David, Angie, Ben, they got a managed account. Cody.
Yeah, so these guys, I work with all of them in different ways. And some people in here have different account reps than me that they're working with on a daily basis. So I visit with Corey as much as he needs me to. So when did we visit here, Corey? You closed today, but
we closed today, but we were out here 2 weeks ago with all the contractors prepping.
Okay, don't run out.
No, but I mean, since we're on this topic, what's really vital is having a relationship directly with someone at Home Depot. So if I say, hey, I need X amount of sheetrock, X amount of doors, I'm not going into the store to ask somebody and spending hours of my time. My time's too valuable. I can't be spending 2-3 hours in a box store trying to figure out all the stuff. But I can call up Scott or email him and say, hey, I need this, and then get back to work, and he does it. He figures it out. He figures out the delivery. He figures out when it's coming, if we got to do take backs. I mean, it's...
So in a way, I'm another project manager for Corey's business. Some people call me a product manager instead of a project manager. Back your business and start to utilize pro programs. Not everybody gets to have
a representative, an outside sales representative. It depends on the type of business you do, the volume that you're doing. Because obviously Home Depot is a for-profit business, so we're trying to find ways to partner with our customers like Corey, so I can get more business from him, but also save him more, so it makes it worth his while to do it. Stores are DIY hubs. We make a lot of money off the stuff in the stores. But Corey doesn't pay shelf price. David doesn't pay shelf price. Cody doesn't pay shelf price. They don't pay shelf price because they've earned discounts. They've earned a different way of doing business with Home Depot.
So once you become a legacy member, you get the network, you get a hold of Scott, and then basically Scott helps you build your business as well.
And I can get you in touch with my, maybe, you know, there's a gentleman here, he's up in Buffalo. I'm not gonna travel up to Buffalo, unfortunately, because I'm a South Metro guy. I work in the South Metro, but I have colleagues that work in the North Metro. There's 10 of me in Minnesota that do what I do.
Yeah.
And so depending on where you are, you might get paired with somebody else on our team.
Yeah, for sure.
And some people, to be real honest about it, they're not ready for an outside sales rep yet. Their volume isn't there, their book of business isn't really there yet, where they're ready to have a team that's gonna be dedicated to support them, because again, if I'm not getting any sales from Corey, it's kinda hard for me to keep helping Corey.
So like in the beginning, you would say like somebody would, like myself, I'm just starting, I would have to kind of go in the store and just kind of do my own thing.
Not necessarily your own thing, there's people in the store that can help you too, but the people in the store aren't gonna come and walk your site like I did for
Right.
Corey beforehand. They're not gonna go out to these guys' place and to his place and measure their kitchen for them and measure windows and help with all the various things or doors. Yeah, you gotta kind of get to that point, because there's only 10 of us, we can only have so many customers.
Okay. that makes
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
But coming to stuff like this, you'll learn, you'll get plugged in, and then Scott will start coming to you.
Alright, cool.
So, but learning lesson before we move on from Home Depot, and he's gonna be here all day, so hey, if y'all got more Home Depot questions, for real, but let's tone down the Home Depot for a second. But there's a learning lesson right here. So anytime I buy a property, I don't care what it is, duplex, commercial building, office space, whatever it is, before I close, I have my plan together before today. So today is the day I closed on this property, but we already have a plan. We're not now figuring out the plan right now. We're not now saying, hey, invite the contractors. What am I gonna do with the kitchen? What am I gonna do with the basement? We already met here before we close. So anytime you're getting an investment property, you wanna be planned out before you even close on that property. Who's doing the work? What type of design you're doing? What are the material costs? What contractors are working on it? So when Scott says we're out here, I mean, Brayshawn and my guys back here, Alex, we were out here like 2 weeks ago, planning out the whole thing. I had everybody out here, all my subs, everybody. So literally starting tomorrow, I know exactly what we're doing on this property. And the reason you wanna do that is speed. You know, I'm on the hook for the money on this. You wanna be speed. You don't wanna be planning now, you wanna be planning beforehand. So that's why we came out here before. So that's a nice little nugget for you guys.
Can you just talk about why it's important to already have your door ordered today versus waiting until you purchase and then getting your door order?
Yeah.
More so I'm kind of geared towards the delivery window and stuff like that.
Yeah, so
Sometimes-
I mean, David, he knows, he does a ton of stuff. David, he's a heavy hitter too.
Yeah.
But anything that needs to be pre-ordered. Now, kitchens are a little tough because we have to design it, but anything that's special order or it needs to get on order, we order that now. So the reason we're here 2 weeks ago, we have a door count and we can get that ordered before we even get here. So the doors will be coming a lot sooner. So everything comes back to speed, is getting everything ordered as quickly as possible and getting as much materials on site as soon as possible. I don't care what it is, cabinets, paint, sheetrock, insulation. The sooner you get the items here, the better. And so back to David's point, I wanna try and get all that stuff like this week. So a lot of stuff is coming in this week.
So do you have like a set of designers that help you, or what's the time frame on how you design and everything when you first see the property?
So for me, I design everything. I don't hire a designer, I do it all myself. Now one, I just like doing it. Two, I've been in it so long, it's kind of second nature. Three, I don't want to pay 15 to 30 grand to have someone design it. I want it and you're lost, you gotta have a designer. I am blessed enough where I know what to put in these houses that'll sell. So I don't, but for kitchens though, I have an idea what I want to do. Then I go to Scott and Bailey, he mentioned a lady named Bailey. She actually sits on the computer and designs it all and will give me a rough draft. And then I say, yup, love that, or nope, that's never gonna work, let's get back to the drawing board. So the kitchens is kind of the one aspect that I give up the design on, but paint colors, tile colors, carpet, that's all me. But that's from being in the game and having
If I could add to that, just from scope stuff, it's not just me, he's got other people here talking about, if you're gonna do that, that changes something structural. You might have to call an architect then, or you might need to get an engineer in to look at things. Changing certain things of a build doesn't just happen. It has to happen with planful decision-making to say, hey, that deck, maybe he didn't notice it, or that joist needs to be replaced. There's water damage, this has to be changed. So other
so
eyes.
Your team becomes valuable. So if you're like, hey, I'm building out a team, and no one on your team knows design, including you, then find someone that knows design and add them to your team. Add a mentor, add a coach, add a designer. There's many people that can add to your team. If you're like, I know the design, then run with it. And just own it, good, bad, or ugly. So at the end of these deals, when I put the property out there, I've done a bunch of these, and I own it. It's either gonna sell and people are gonna love it, or it's not gonna sell and it's only on me. I've got the only one to blame, right? But I love that pressure. I'm like, sure, I'm about to do something dope here. No one's gonna see. And hopefully it sells, and they have been selling. So, but planning, before you even get in, planning. So, all right, some technicals on this, and then we'll walk around the house. So people are asking me, how did I find it? And if any of you guys come to any of my coaching stuff, any of my mentor stuff, the number one way I find deals is what? Network. Off market, but network. That's number one. So this came from a wholesaler that does a lot of deals in the Twin Cities. They just don't do luxury. And they were like, Corey, I know you do luxury deals. I know that's your thing. Do you want access to this property? I'll sell it to you. That's how I got this, was a phone call. Someone I built a relationship with, they called me, I took it down. That was it. I didn't spend any dollars on marketing to get this property. It came from network. What did I pay for it? I paid $487,000. The property is a 5-bed, 3-bath, 3-car garage on almost 3 acres.
With a pool.
With a pool. With a pool. And then I'm gonna add an extra bathroom downstairs, so it'll be a 5-4, and then I'm gonna add a workout, so it'll be right around 4,200 square feet. So the stats on it are really, really good. So hence why we all drove super far to get out here and have our passports to get out here, because I bought math. That's all it was. I bought math. For what they want to sell it for, what I can sell it for, what I need to do for it, it was just simply math. There was no emotion to it. There was no like, oh, I want to do another luxury flip. This is so cool. It was literally just math. That's all it was. So the resale on this one, I ran my numbers at 900,000. If I can list this at 900, I will make my 6-figure win. At a 900 sale, I'll be somewhere between 150 and 200,000 profit. Now, if the market's good and rates are down and we're popping in spring, which I think everyone in this room is hoping and praying for, Lord willing, come on, then I think I could be a 950 to $1 million.
So are you using hard money, or what type of financing are you using for this?
On this type of project, I would never use hard money. It's just too costly. So on a project that we walked in Bloomington, that one I used hard money. That one, I financed the thing 100% from other people's money. I didn't pay a single dollar out of my own pocket, but it was a $260 purchase. So the holding cost was way less and only took 60 days. Something like this, I do conventional.
Okay, just traditional commercial finance.
It's commercial finance, so a bank called Vision Bank.
Okay.
They give me the money to buy it, and they give me the money to fix it up. So 487 was the purchase price. I took out 170 on the rehab. So you combine the 480 and the 170, so I'm at like 660. I put 20% down on the 660.
Okay.
And it was 1% origination, and my rate's at like 2 points above prime, so it's like right around like 8 something interest only.
Corey,
Yeah.
do you have like those kind of on deck based on your relationship with that bank where you can close with it like a cash hard money product?
100%. Commercial financing versus like a Wells Fargo US bank, it's basically like cash. They close in 10 days.
Did you come in with your own down payment?
Yep, I came with my own down payment. So that one I did use my own money on the down.
Would Vision have allowed a silent second or a JV partnership on something like that? For
Uh,
people who don't have the down payment, would they have allowed something like that? Is that person?
it depends on the relationship you have with them. So someone like me, yes.
Okay.
A new person coming out, I don't know. Probably that one was a 400 sales price point. That is where all the buyers are. So that one, it doesn't necessarily matter if it's winter time or not. You can put that one out there anytime. So again, when you're doing luxury, it's strategic stuff like that you have to know. is like when to actually put these on the market, how to do your marketing. Timing is everything.
I got a question about like the winter time. So let's say we get a lot of snow. There's a long road that comes down in here. Who's responsible for clearing the long driveway, making sure people have access to the house?
Yeah.
Who's shoveling out the 3 feet of hard pack that ends up at the end?
Yep,
of the
so I just
driveway?
hire a snow removal guy.
Okay.
So on all my projects, I'll just like any other company or business, I'll have a snow removal guy that whenever it snows, he's out here Tuesday at midnight,
All right.
clearing the driveway, which is about to happen.
So for the price, you said 487, right? Like, so was there any negotiation you did, or that was like a flat price you paid? How do you do these kind of deals on the? Like,
Yep, so
selling
there was
price?
negotiation. I know the person, they've sent me deals before, but there was definitely back and forth. My original offer that I brought on this one was 425. So yes, we went from 425 to 480. So there was a lot of heart to hearts, but it was a quick heart to heart. It was like less than 24 hours. Because basically he was like, Corey, you have first dibs if we can make this work. Literally, I was at my son's basketball game, in between games.
Nice.
He sent me a text message. He's like, check your email. I checked my email. My son's game's about to start in like 30 minutes. I call him real quick. He's like, hey, I got a lockbox, it's vacant. Go look at it today and let me know if you're interested, and I'll stop people from going tomorrow. So I went that night after basketball, checked it out, was all up in here in the dark, all by myself with the bat. Kicking it, I didn't even know the bat was in here. And then I hit him up and I'm like, hey, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna call you, I'm interested. And then that next day, we spent that day negotiating and it was done. I had a signed PA by like 3 p.m.
Where did they start at?
Where did they start at?
Yeah.
550.
You did.
You're in the middle.
That's great. I mean, I try to not get in the middle. I hate doing the cut in the middle.
Meet me in the middle.
What's your construction process look like, start to finish?
As far as like costs? Or?
No, like from today till
Well,
the
one,
next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. So for one, if you turn the camera around, my guy who turns that camera on right there, he's gonna do the demo. So that's Bray Sean, by the way, junk in my trunk. So he does all demo, all of that. So
And the hauling.
Yep, and the hauling, everything. So very first thing is clean them out. See what we got. You know, like how bad are the walls? Do we have mold? Get everything out of here. Then we bring in all of our framing, all those subs. Framing, electrical, plumbing, get it ready for rough end permits. Once the rough end permits are done, we can move forward to like sheetrock and cabinets and all that. Once we get all that in, then it's paint, finish touches. But the very first thing is always demo and then start building it back.
Last question. What do you do with the unforeseens? How do you handle those? After we come in, it looks good, looks pristine, and then, hey, Corey, you gotta rewire some rooms or plumbing's not right. How do you handle that? Because it's not in the budget.
Yeah, take a deep breath. Have a little woosah. Hope there's a way to figure it out where I still make money.
Yeah, facts.
So every house, this is the reality. Every house you do, and these guys can attest to it. Any house you do, you're gonna have a uh-oh. Cody's gonna have uh-oh. Like it's just, it comes with doing these projects. You can plan it to death, but there's gonna be something that I don't know yet that's gonna cost me money on this project. That's just, every single project is like that. So I don't know.
But do you set a good amount of money set aside for things like that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Especially on these big flips.
Yep, so once I get my budget in, so my budget on this one right now is right around that 170 to 180, based on talking with contractors, everybody. And then I do a 10% buffer. So on this one, I'm planning 200,000. So I got about 20 grand buffer for rewiring.
The
filling the
unforeseens.
blanks. Yep, you know, so at least 10% buffer on every flip. So if you get a budget and it's 50 grand, just know it's probably gonna be 55 to 60.
When you're funding deals, like hard money deals, going with a commercial lender like Corey did here, most of the time they're requiring you to have that 10% contingency in there, because they also know you open up the wall. Like first thing I did is I walked downstairs, I saw open walls, I was like, oh, there's water damage. So I went downstairs, because that's the
But
first thing
thankfully,
I
this
think
one, they
about.
already opened up the wall, so I can see it. Like,
Yeah.
there is no open scene. I see it. Like, we got problems. Well, do you guys want to talk about one of your last flips? What issues you might have had when you opened it up?
Yeah, I mean, we had a leak that we weren't aware of, and we had to go in and, they had to redo concrete, they had to jack up the concrete, do new pads, gutters, the whole works, and so we didn't realize it was a problem until we ripped it open and, started doing stuff, and so it happens. You just kinda gotta plan.
Do you know roughly how much that cost?
Yeah, it cost us around everything, 7,000, which is pretty much our whole our budget was 70,000, so that's our whole.
There's your
we made the whole
10%,
thing
yeah,
up,
there's-
yeah.
there's
So the
your
10% is based off the rehab, or is it?
Yeah,
what
the
do you
full
guys-
rehab, so whatever your full budget is.
Okay.
So after talking with the plumber, electrician, fill in the blank, and you have a number, stack 10% on it.
Okay, okay.
So when you came out initially to check the place out on the fly, did you have your contractor with you, or did you do your numbers?
No, I had the dopest thing that you could possibly had, it's right here.
Okay.
So no, I didn't have a
Very
contractor.
like
It's-
that.
No, it was just me out here. And that's, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. This isn't like, oh, Corey knows everything. I've just done so
Corey's
many.
done a lot.
I
But you
just,
would recommend people like bring their contractor or inspection or?
so twofold to that. I was just talking, I don't know if it was someone in this room, I was just talking to somebody about this
That
yesterday.
was us, like.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Like you bring a contractor, they will kill deals for you all day long.
Cause they gonna find every little thing.
Well, they're a contractor. They want to get paid.
Exactly.
So they're gonna hype you up, scare you, inflate stuff. Like they will kill the deal. So I don't bring, essentially, I'm not bringing the contractor to necessarily ask their advice. I'm bringing a contractor to say, this is how we're doing it. What does it cost? That's the big difference. A lot of flippers, they're scared. Ryan, we probably have you talk about it, but a lot of flippers, they're scared. So they think bringing in a contractor will save them.
No.
Having a contractor is gonna give me the good feeling that I'm good, I'm covered, because I don't know. And it's the complete opposite. You need to tell the contractor, you don't tell the contractor, what would you do with this kitchen? You say, this is exactly how I want the kitchen done, what will it cost? And then once you see that cost, you determine, is that cost a good number, or do I need to go to my second or third guy? Ryan, you want, we were just talking about that.
I see it a lot, like, because it's a normal human thing, right? Like, I don't know all these things, so let me bring someone to the show that knows all these things I don't know, and then I'm gonna be good. And in that sense, sure, you'll be fine, but your profits on your deal are now the thing in danger. So what you end up having to do is just get yourself comfortable with, you looked at that bathroom downstairs. I don't know how to fix plumbing, but I can look at it and see it's currently disconnected. I'm gonna call my plumber. I use Metro Heating and Cooling. I'm gonna call them up. There's some stuff going on in this bathroom, and they're gonna come and fix it. And you get good at gauging kind of, does this property have problems that are gonna exceed the budget I have in mind for it? And that's usually like roofs. If the whole bathroom, the whole kitchen needs to get redone, windows.
But if you rely on the contractor, guess who has all the power?
Contractor.
You no longer have all the power. The contractor has all the power in the world. You just gave up total control of that property. So,
I guess I was thinking more so as like getting the bids to determine what I'm gonna offer.
and I'm glad you brought that up. This is a great segue to the flip calculator. So as a member, we have a flip calculator that you can literally, I don't have my phone, but literally on your phone, it has a budgeting calculator that while you're walking through, it's all itemized line by line, and you can literally say kitchen, put in a number. You can say carpet, put in a number, and you can scroll and it adds it up right there. And literally it's something you can print, you can share, and it's all itemized. So that thing I use every time. So when I was in here in the dark, once I got some lights on, I went to that and I started plugging stuff in. Now it's not an exact number, it's me putting in guesstimates. But then when I was done, after walking through, my number was right around 150. So then I knew it's not gonna be 150, it's gonna be a little bit more. But based on that first initial, and I started crunching numbers, 480 purchase, 150 rehab, sales, then it started painting a picture that, hey, you gotta dive deeper into this and go after it.
Can I just clarify something? So you said, what's the finished square footage on this gonna be?
It's gonna be right under 4,200.
And so you are at 170 on your rehab, right?
Yeah.
So I just did the math, but the rule of thumb for something like this is in the Twin Cities, it's usually, if you have the right contractors, it's gonna cost you around $40 to $50 per square foot. It just depends. So this one is at 47-ish, right? Going to 200, right, with your contingency. You'll spend around $42 per square foot, or sorry, $47 per square foot. Minimum, always budget 45. That's what I would do. Yeah.
That's a great rule of thumb, dude.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And that's like,
if you don't know, right, like he's already shared his numbers, so you can do the math to figure out, hey, what's the average per square foot? And you can do that on any one. He breaks down the numbers all the time. You can kind of start getting a running average of what it's gonna take, and that's how I do it. I go into property, I don't even have to. I just look at what's the square footage, I throw my number in there, and that's my budget. And then I kind of just, once I get in there, I say, oh, this is way bigger, or hey, this is actually a lot cheaper, we can keep the windows, you know, and kind of make adjustments there. Yeah.
Is there
Yeah, so like on the low, like 40, so this is, let's call it 47. That's like a full project for me where I'm doing framing, gutting, everything on a cheap one. I'm usually around like 400,000 to 700,000 ARV. This one is higher, so that's on the low end. That's my high end for those style properties. So it is different. So I would say, you know, high end, what do you think? Maybe 55, maybe 60?
Yeah, so like the
If you had
one,
to do everything.
yeah, so like the one I did at Macklin, which was on the lake, that one was probably like 60 a square foot. Cause that budget ended up being like almost like 260, and the house was only like 2,500 square feet.
Yeah.
So it was a lot more, but the finishes that we did was way different.
You had some exterior stuff like
Yeah,
dredging.
we had windows, roofing, siding, and then just the materials were a little bit better, so that one just ended up costing quite a bit.
A rule of thumb that I have too is you can still go with the 45, but then anything that's beyond the normal scope of work, like if you have to do sewer work, that goes on top of the $45.
Yeah.
So whatever your quote is, the dredging, that goes on top of the $45. So you can get a separate quote for that says, hey, this is gonna take 40,000, you put that on top of your budget.
100%.
Yeah, cause the last one, the dredging alone was 30 grand.
Yeah.
Just to dredge it. So that was a big
Question.
problem. Uh-oh, here we go.
What kind of inspections do you do, if any, before?
Oh, before?
Yeah.
None. You can't.
Fair enough.
You can't. I
Well,
mean,
it's
it's
walking through it.
yeah, like, yeah, the inspection is.
Do you do a sewer line though?
No.
What does it smell like on the
So,
inside?
all right, so let's run that through your theory, right? So of the last 10 properties that I bought in the last 12 months, 0 of them I had inspection. If I would have asked that, wherever that property came from for inspection, you know how many I would have got?
Yeah.
A 0.
Yeah. What if you get them on our contract, then do a sewer line inspection? Right away?
Okay, but what does that mean? So,
It just gives you, it just tells you what you're spending your money on. after
Yeah.
the
yeah,
fact.
it doesn't, I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything,
Can I-
but okay, I do the sewer line, well then, if anything, then I could back out because of my earnest money check.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you
they'll just
check
take
the
that.
sewer line, Corey?
Do I ever check the
We
sewer line?
do.
Like just,
Like, once I get in, I'll have my plumber check it for sure.
We're
But-
dealing with a seller right now where we have to get in to do a site wire appraisal because it wasn't with a different lender that does BPO. And that seller's getting squirrely. I have one that we're in the Girl Heights.
Yeah.
Went sideways because, you know, the seller got squirrely.
Yeah, I mean, and this is a learning lesson, right, for anyone that's starting out or doing it. Inspections as investments are very hard to get. Now, if you're looking at an MLS property and there's not a lot of traffic on it, you could probably get an inspection on those. But an off-market banging deal where you're gonna make 150, 200 grand and they're like, you got 24 to 48 hours to make a decision or going somewhere else, you best believe you can't do an inspection on the property. It's pretty much either you're gonna buy it or you're not. And sometimes even on the smaller ones, like the Bloomington one, that was a 260, there was no inspection on it. Like, it was just like, do you want it or not? There was no time to figure it out.
So when you walked in, and I'm sure you're probably getting ready to do this anyways, but I'm always curious, as you walk in the door, you open it up, you kick on a light, you're like, I walk into this, I'd be like, I'll be buying this. I'd be like, I'm buying this,
Yeah.
I'm figuring this one out. Like, the minute I turn the corner, I look down, I'm like, oh, they already did half the work for me too, sounds great.
The number one thing I look for, is does the property I have, now this is when it comes to luxury, does the property have a draw that'll separate itself from other properties in the market? Is it on water? Is it on a golf course? Is it on acreage? You know, do you have a pool? What is it? So this one was just coming to the neighborhood and seeing how big the lots are and knowing that everyone in this neighborhood is on 3 to 5 acres, that is a huge draw. So people who love that, the buyer who wants space, that wants to go drive out, and there's a lot of them. Not everyone wants to be close to the city. Not everyone wants to high-five their neighbor. Not everyone wants Edina and Minnetonka, right? Some people want to be out and they want space. Well, the people that love this is a huge draw to look out there. And now the only reason you can see the neighbors is because it's fall. But when the leaves were here, you couldn't see anybody. That is a huge, huge draw when it comes to luxury. So that's number one, right? And then number two is just simply math. Yeah. I mean, I keep saying it, math. I don't fall in love with any of these to be like, man, I love the ceiling vaulted.
You had to know a rough idea where you were gonna take this thing too, so you're coming in and,
Yeah. All right.
this is probably.
So that's a good segue. we can now actually like walk through and I'll give you guys a quick glimpse of everything I'm gonna do in every room so y'all can see. All right, let's do it. All right, so starting right here. The very first thing we're gonna do is carpet is gone. And I'm bringing back in hardwood this whole level. So this is gone, we're gonna bring in the hardwood. This is gone, and I'm gonna build a Venetian fireplace.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do like a couple layers out and the whole thing is gonna be Venetian plaster. And there'll be a custom color that I'll do right here on site. So I don't even know what the color is gonna be yet, but me and my guy, I call him Picasso, he'll be there, I'll be here, and he brings like little palettes about the size of this door, and I'll say, hey man, I'm thinking I want like black, gray, and gold. And he'll put it on the thing, and he'll be like, what do you think about this? And I'll be like, more gold. And then he'll start doing more gold. And I'll be like, hey, I want it thicker, I want it thinner, I want it more, until we design it. Now the last one I did a waterfall, where it looked like literally water was coming down the fireplace, and it was black and gold. So again, there's another feature that I tell people, you wanna have 3 wow factors in every house. So when you come in, this right here is gonna be a wow factor. This whole thing is gonna be like, what did he do here? This is crazy. So that's one, right? Over here, this dining room, we are getting rid of the dining room. This will be an office. So we're gonna frame this up, double doors, that's gonna be an office. Because right now, you don't have an office. There's no office to be had.
We're not taking this out no more?
Yeah, no, we're taking it out. Oh.
Taking it out, taking it out.
Yeah, no, we're taking it out, but then we gotta reframe. So this is not low bearing at all.
Yeah.
So this will go, and then we'll frame all the way up to the ceiling. Kitchen, so then this is gonna be the new dining room right here. Kitchen, I'm gonna get rid of this big center island. There's no reason to have this big thing right here. I'm gonna push it back a little bit so we can get a bigger dining room. Now layout, going to Scott, we don't know yet, but I'm changing the whole layout. On this one, I'm gonna do, not this color of wood, but I'm gonna do a light wood. So light wood is very big right now. So I'm gonna do light wood with black handles. And I'm gonna have the cabinets that probably go down to the countertop in certain areas. So that's the color palette that's in right now. So I'm not gonna do white, I'm not gonna do green, I'm not gonna do gray, it's gonna be like the light wood.
And then to the ceiling?
And then to the ceiling, always to the ceiling. Every time I do kitchens, we always go to the ceiling. But I'll probably start from here over and get rid of all of this. Again, so that I can get a bigger dining room since I'm getting rid of it. The mudroom, we'll redo the whole mudroom, keep that layout. For those of you that saw the garage, there's an elevator lift in there. We're gonna keep the elevator lift because the people I'm selling this to is gonna be a 50+ couple. That's what I'm marketing this to. Someone whose kids are either older or gone. And so with that elevator in there, they might need it or they might have parents that are coming. Deck, keep the same footprint on the deck, just obviously get rid of the whole thing.
For the hardwoods, are you just extending what's here, or are you
Yep,
replacing?
so I'm keeping this, and then I will bring in new hardwood over here, and then we'll redo it all.
Cool.
And then when you patch it like that, you do have to go a little bit darker. You won't be able to go blonde, you'll have to go with some type of color. Otherwise, you'll be able to see it.
You can
Yeah.
patina.
Yeah, so like if this was like blonde and that was blonde, even if we refinish this, you would immediately see it.
What is the trending stain right now?
Blonde.
White oaks.
Yeah, white oak, blonde.
Okay.
Yeah, like natural.
Natural,
Yeah,
right?
bleached. Yep. But so this, I'll probably do like a warm, kind of brownish.
Okay.
Now, if you guys see the door over there, that door goes into a sunroom that's connected to the owner's suite. We are taking that door out, and that'll just be a wall. There's no reason to have access to that sunroom right there. So we're getting rid of that, so then that becomes a bigger owner's suite. So if y'all come look.
But you'll keep access on the deck?
Yep.
Shit show.
As good as possible, right? That's what it is, and I might even make the closet a little bit bigger.
What about bathrooms?
Bathroom, I've got the whole bathroom, but I'll keep the footprint of bathroom. I'm gonna gut the whole thing, and I'm gonna do the shower that you walk in, so no curb shower. Yep, curbless shower. Yep, and do a.
Recess cell?
Yep, keeping the recessed, all that. The other thing is I'm getting rid of all the knockdown. I always do smooth. So on the luxury stuff, we do smooth. Yeah, knockdown doesn't sell.
I got a question, man. So where do you go to keep up with the trends to see what's trending? Like, do you got like a website or?
Yeah, so for me, I personally go to a lot of properties. I'm
Okay.
constantly looking at properties every single week. MLS, and for you, anyone who doesn't have access to MLS, Zillow. So I'm just constantly seeing what's trending. And really, it starts at the new construction level. Going to like new builds, especially like Parade of Homes, new builds, touring those and being like, what are they putting in those? And not just looking at those, see which ones are actually selling. So I'll go do a whole bunch of new build tours, and then I'll say which ones actually sold, which builders actually getting these sold. Then I go back and say, okay, what did that color palette look like? And that's how you stay ahead of the curve.
What features did they have?
What features did? So again, like going with the blonde, with the black handles and bringing the cabinets down to the countertops. If you go to high-end new builds right now, that's what's selling.
And then
If you go to white cabinet kitchens, those ones are not selling as fast.
You like the flat ceilings, huh?
Oh yeah, flats. You go to any luxury home.
Oh, I know, I'm just saying, you got a good guy.
You
who
are
does
not
good
going to
work
see
done.
knockdown.
Yeah.
You're not going to see popcorn.
Got a
You're
good-
going to
I got a
see
good finish
flat
guy.
ceilings.
So,
So
in your experience, like,
That guy right back there is a good finish guy.
how often do the trends change? Would you say?
and it depends, but every probably 3 to 5 years.
Oh, okay. So once you get kind of an idea, you kind of just go based off of that and just kind of keep it going.
Correct. So
Okay.
then once you land on a trend that's selling, you typically have like a 3 to 4 year
3 to
run
4 year,
where you're
okay.
going to be really good.
Depends
And not
on
saying
the
that it
price
won't
point too,
sell,
right?
but yeah, it depends on price point, all that.
Right.
You know, so like right now, what's really big is earth tones, stone, chrome has made a comeback. What's out is like white, black, like super modern. That's
would you-
like not in as much.
So would you say you would have to be more specific when it comes to these luxury flips versus like middle America homes and under, or just
100%.
like copy and paste? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So again, to use as an example, this one we did a month ago in Bloomington. That one was like super basic. It was white cabinets. You know, just refinished the hardwood floors. It was vinyl siding. It was like that, like kind of cream colored vinyl siding. Sold first week on market.
Oh damn.
But if you go to this level, if you are not dialed into finishes, like they won't sell.
Right.
It'll sit. So we can go check out the basement.
Superior design skills. Question, why didn't you make this an office? Create an entry from
Guest
there.
bedroom.
You want to, okay.
Guest bedroom. Okay. Yep. So they're using it as an office now, but I wanted to create like a
Okay.
guest bedroom on the main level. So just in case, again, going back to so there's twofold. One, who's going to be the buyer? That's who you have to start figuring out. Who's going to actually buy this property? Don't just fix it up to fix it up, but who's the end user? Every luxury one I did is I figured out who wants to live in here. So this is going to be a 50 plus person. So with that, what age are their parents probably? So right now, if I'm here and I live here and I'm 55 plus and I have my 85-year-old, 90-year-old mom and she needs that lift, she's not going downstairs to sleep. And I'm not going downstairs to sleep. So I need a bedroom on the main level.
How do you choose?
Yeah, why do you think it's 50 plus?
No, how do you choose per flip who your end customer is going to be?
Right.
Yes. Really, there's no scientific whatever. It's just like a feeling of being in the game and coming up with something. So instead of just randomly fixing up the property, I want to target somebody. So then at the end, if I catch that target audience, it is done. They will buy right away. So I'm not trying to market to the masses. I don't want everybody in here that wants to buy the home. I want the person I built the house for, because when they come do a showing, it's over. They will buy the property.
Do you feel the same way though at a lower price point?
No, lower price point, you build it for the masses.
That's what I thought.
Like a 500,000 under 400,000 Rambler, you just make it look nice.
Yep.
That's it. Oh, what, you were gonna say something about?
Oh, no, I just got a question about
Oh.
what your budget was on the.
Oh, I'll give both of y'all. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I just wondered about what your budget was on the deck out there. Like, what do you figure it would cost to rebuild that deck?
Well, we're keeping the frame, so
Okay.
that's gonna really help, but probably about 12 grand.
Okay.
Yep. And we're gonna do Trex.
Sure.
Yep, with black railing. But we're gonna say something about the the end user?
Well, I was just gonna say, as a realtor, like there is actually a lot of data that goes into your buyer profile, and so I'm really intrigued in how you chose a 50+ person for a 4,000 square foot home with like a pool.
So being in the luxury space, there is a ton of people that are downsizing. And there's a lot of people in their McMansions, in their 8,000 square foot, 2-story McMansions that are like, I don't want that anymore. And they still want a big house that they can impress their friends with. They don't want a little baby shoebox, they still want to impress their friends. So paying $850, $900 coming from a McMansion, this is the ideal thing. So yeah, could someone else come in here? At the end of the day, if they're not 50 plus, sorry, and they buy the home, do I care? No. But it's just about trying to identify who's the most likely to buy this and then design the home based on that.
Like the minute I saw the wheelchair ramp outside, I'm thinking about every Rolex van that I see rolling, because like my cousin's been in a wheelchair her entire life, and this is, other than this track system going through the ceiling, which you couldn't do in here anyways, like this would be perfect house for them. They get their kid around the whole top floor, it's got a pool that they can get their
And
kid
hence,
in.
going back to the bedroom. Is if you have anyone that's wheelchair,
Yeah.
need a secondary bedroom on the main level.
Yeah.
Can you talk about, with this, just because we're on the bedroom topic, when you drive down this street, what was your thought process when you saw this bedroom being used as an office? We're trying to maximize bedroom space. Did anything cross your mind about, can the neighborhood handle, sometimes it doesn't always make sense to add a 6th bedroom or a 5th bedroom, however many. Does it make sense for this neighborhood? Or am I pushing it to the nicest house on the street, which you don't necessarily ever
No,
want to
so
have?
if you drive around, so the question would be answered just taking a loop around. This is not the biggest, nicest, it's not even close to being the biggest, nicest house on the block. So yes, do you want to be the biggest, nicest on the block? Absolutely not.
Yep.
You don't want to be setting new numbers in the luxury space. That's tough. The only people that can set new numbers is someone who has a rep, like a builder, a known person, a coming soon that people are waiting for. If you're a nobody trying to set a new number, it's gonna be tough.
I
so
just
this
meant more
one,
from your perspective of what do I need to put into this house?
Yep.
And you talked about some framing stuff in the basement, which
Yep.
I haven't even seen.
Yep.
But did that ever cross your mind, like, oh, I could add a bedroom? But if all the houses on this street are already 5 bedrooms, why add a 6th one? It fits.
No, I agree, but we're not adding a 6.
Right.
So the 5 bedroom is like what almost all these houses are 5 bedrooms that have a finished basement. But what the other thing these have is they're mainly 4 bathrooms. This one's only 3. That's why I'm adding a bathroom down there.
Makes sense.
So I did do all the comps, do all that, and the research showed to get that top dollar, you need a 4th bathroom. We already got 5 bedrooms, so I don't need to mess with that. So let's go.
What kind of doors are you doing, Corey?
I'm doing like kind of picture window style doors.
Shaker one?
Yeah, like a shaker one.
Why are the doors so big? Because they're getting numbers?
What's that?
So just like,
Can't do. See, Corey.
why the doors?
There might be. Yeah.
Huh?
So you gonna put the homies up?
My little young boy with the journey.
Over there, and then there's another bedroom over here. So we already have enough bedrooms. We don't need to add any more bedrooms. But that back bedroom has a really big closet, and that's where the bathroom's gonna go. So I'm gonna put a bathroom in that back bedroom. So essentially we'll have 2 bedrooms that have their own bathroom. And then in this storage area in here is where I'm gonna put a workout room. So when you go in the furnace room, all that area to the left is gonna be like a workout.
Do you have any concern with this floor in here?
As far as what goes? The crack.
Oh,
The crack?
Yeah.
No. But yeah, so this side right here, that's gonna be like workout.
Are you gonna have to self-level or anything
Yeah.
before you put floor down there?
Oh, for sure. Yep, so I'll make a wall here and then a wall there. So essentially you'll come in here and it'll be like door there, door there.
That's the explosion.
Yeah, well, it's right here. Look at the top.
Oh, that's why this is cracked.
Oh, and that's where all that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
All makes
it like
sense now.
exploded. Woo! And then this right here, so I'm taking all this out and I'm doing the same type of feature, but I'm bringing this wall all the way over. So this will kind of be like a blank cavity. But one of the things, like if you're down here, when you're looking around for like layout, Like, where would you put a TV right now?
That's what, so are you gonna do that Venetian top to bottom?
Yeah, but seriously, like, so I'm asking, before I even told you guys, where would you put a TV?
Put it over there.
You could, you know, you could do it over there, but then you're right in the walkway.
Over here.
Right? You could do over in the corner, but then you got the weird TV in the corner. So then where would you put your couch?
Put it on the ceiling, man.
Yeah, I don't know. So then if your TV's over here, where do you put your couch?
Over here.
Yeah, so then what, we just got one that way? What do we do right here?
You got a lot of questions, man.
I'm trying to get y'all to
Yeah, so what are you doing?
So that's where you gotta reverse engineer. Is
How
like,
do you plan to
okay,
stage this?
how do I wanna lay this out? If I have furniture, where am I gonna put my couch? What's the best, where can I watch TV at? You don't want it there, because that's your walkway. So this ends up being the wall, right here. So then this is too small, and this stone is too ugly. And so if you put the TV way over here, it's not centered on the room. So that's why we build a wall here, and we're gonna take the fireplace out, do electric, and then we can center the TV right here.
What are you gonna do with the stone?
Stone's gone, all that's gone. So we'll rebuild this whole thing, bring in the Venetian plaster, all that. So then you can have a couch on that side, a couch here, and then a couch there with a center table. So now everyone has a view of the TV, you're not blocking the aisleway, and it flows. That's how you decide.
And you got electrical back there too, so that's gonna be.
All of that. And then over there, when you come in, that's your game room area. You put your pool table, ping pong table, poker table, and then that back little nook right there, that's where you put your kitchen.
Or do you envision putting a washer dryer on there for the pool, like people coming in with towels?
I thought about it,
Stackable or something?
but like you'd have to like almost then bring in like hard surface to get to it.
Right.
So I couldn't really figure out like a good, or put it over there somewhere, so.
So you got access to the deck too, though.
But yeah, you got access to the deck. So long story short, no. Go upstairs. Like my guy Alex was just saying. Correct, to try and get the plumbing in. Because the other thing with bringing that in, then you gotta dig up the floor to get that. So no, I'll just do some nice tile right when you walk in, and then everything else will be carpet. And I'll do the same tile over there by the kitchen. And then this will be your focus right here.
Full kitchen or just a little?
It'll just be a fridge, sink, and microwave.
I got a question. I know earlier you were talking about like your 3 wow factors, so you just brought up one. What would be your second one?
So, well, this will be the second,
that'd be second.
down here, and then the third is when you get on that deck and see the pool. So the whole, once we dress up the deck and the pool, we're gonna make that pop with lights, all kinds of stuff, that'll be the third.
Do you know what kind of countertop material you're doing with that white oak?
I don't yet. But it'll be something
I'm
to.
trying to pick mine out.
Yeah, and I'm debating if I'm gonna do the waterfall cabinet or not. Yeah, we'll see.
I got a question. So earlier upstairs, you guys said that you want to be able to have a plan and not start planning when you arrive here, when you like close. But
Yeah.
it seems like there's still some stuff that you're still not sure. So
Yeah.
is that just based on luxury flips versus like?
Well, like
you know,
for
you know
instance,
what I mean?
like, hey, I know what I want done here, but on site, you still gotta figure out how to implement it. So something might change based on taking this out. But for the most part, yeah, 90% of what I got is the plan is there. Now the finishes, as far as what we use, isn't always there. Like for instance, you were saying what countertops. Well, I already know I'm doing the kitchen in that color. I don't know what countertop color I'm doing. So that's something more that'll get figured out later down the line.
Okay.
But that's finishing touches, like
Okay.
countertops, light fixtures, paint, wallpaper, that's on the finish.
Right, because everything's already coming into play. It's just more like the color and how
Yeah,
it's gonna look.
so what I do on the finish is I wait till like basically the shell's done, and then I walk around the space and start identifying like what do I want for wallpaper, what do I want for like the Venetian plaster, and then I start coming up with a color palette that is all matching. So then whatever wallpaper I use in bathrooms will somehow play off the Venetian plaster, which will play off the granite or a backsplash.
So how would you create such a luxury home? Like, do you have like a color palette? You'd be like, this is gonna flow throughout the home, or do you be like, upstairs is gonna be one thing, the kitchen,
Now the whole
downstairs?
house. Don't separate upstairs a different look, downstairs. The whole house has to kind of flow.
Has to flow, right?
You know, your furniture, your wallpaper, your colors, your Venetian plaster, all your door knobs, hinges, like all that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Do you GC your projects, or
No.
do you? Okay.
No.
So how do you, like, if you hire a GC, do they come in expecting to use, like, all their go-to subs?
No, the relationships I have with the GC is they pull permits, and typically they'll get, like my GC on this one. He's doing the deck, he's doing framing, and he's doing the cabinets. That's it. And then everyone else is like, I'm managing, I'll bring in my electrician, my plumber,
And they're pulling their
my
own-
painter,
they're
and they're
pulling
all
their own
pulling their
permits.
own permits. But I manage the whole project. So the GC won't manage the project at all. He'll pull the permit, and he does his little things, but I will manage the
With those that don't have those relationships, what do you recommend to like the masters?
Find someone that's doing it at a high level and
Yeah.
partner with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or hire them as a mentor or a coach. So the problem is some people want to do it themselves. Great, go do it yourself. But the ultimate hack is taking a little bit less on the profit, bringing a partner in that's going to coach you, mentor you, or come in as a GP, general partner, take a little bit less and learn from them and use their
Make some money
knowledge
while
and
you're
tools.
learning.
The problem is so many people think about what they're gonna spend to do that. What do I have to spend to get coaching? What do I have to spend to get mentorship? What am I giving up if I bring in a partner? Versus what are you gonna gain? And what you're gonna gain is less mistakes and profit at the end. So like Ben, he partnered with David, and now you guys have done how many?
We're doing 2 and 3 right now.
2 and 3 right there. So are you making less money per flip?
Yeah, but more than if I would have done myself.
If you would have
So,
done that
yeah.
Brooklyn Park one yourself,
I would have lost money.
and now you're on your third that's gonna make money. So instead of him looking at what am I losing, he's looking at what am I gaining.
Strategic partnership.
Strategic partnership. And the number one hack is hiring a coach. If you're like, you know what, I don't want to bring in a general partner who's in it financially because now we're tied at the hip. Hey Ben, I love you, but I don't know if I want to buy a house with you. Right? So there's a lot of people that don't want to partner that way. Then at the very least, you got to hire a coach or a mentor. And just be like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Back to the design. What do I do for design? I don't know. Well, then you have someone in your pocket helping.
Do you do that? Do you offer like that kind of coaching?
Oh, 100%. I offer that. 100%. But that's the automatic. But yes.
But do you have like I'm only taking a certain amount of people, you know, from here to like let's say
I coach
January.
anyone that wants to be coached. I will coach them.
Okay.
But you have to be willing to invest not only yourself, but in the process. Otherwise, you're not going to get nothing out of it.
I run a mentorship program, and I bring people through 3 flips. They're learning the whole process. I'm mentoring. I'm getting them the deals on their stuff. I'm helping find the contractors. Maybe I find a property, but they're feeling the pain. They're paying the payments. They're putting the down payment in. I'm walking them through the process, but I'm also not making all the decisions for them. I want them to learn the process, so they're gaining the confidence that they don't need me. I don't want to hold somebody's hand forever. I'd rather be able to say, hey, you know what, you're off. You know, I'm a mortgage broker. I want to get paid funding deals, not managing projects that, you know, if I can get you to a point where you're like, hey, this was awesome, I don't need you anymore, that's great for me. Let me fund your deals and get out of your way. Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, coaching, mentorship, strategic partnerships, all that.
Are we invited for when you're done? Can we have this group again?
Oh, so there'll be like, so anytime I do one of these, I do a before, I do a during, and then I do an after.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So we'll do one when this is all buttoned up, like the sheetrock's done, right before we do the finishes. So it'll probably be like primed, but there won't be like wallpaper, lights, all of that. So you can kind of start to see what it looks like. And oh yeah, when we do it done, when they're done, man, that's money time right there.
For like a flip like this, you feel like it takes longer to sell just because it's a luxury at home? That's what I heard, but I don't know from your experience.
Of all the luxury flips I've done in the last 3 years, I've had one that kind of didn't sell right away. All the other ones sell right away. So if you do them right, they will sell right away.
Like marketing and all that stuff.
Marketing, all of that.
What do you prefer?
As far as what goes?
Like flips. Do you prefer ramblers? You prefer $1 million flips? Obviously, the clip is better on $1 million flip.
Yeah.
But the process. What do you enjoy?
Flips, I enjoy the luxury flips.
Yeah.
Because it's a big Rubik's Cube. There's not a lot of players in it. It's high risk, high reward. And I just like putting these together and figuring out the puzzle pieces and how to put it all together and seeing if it works on the back end. But as far as asset class, what asset class do I love the best? Commercial.
Yeah.
Triple net lease commercial all day long. All right, anything else? Otherwise, we can network and be done. That's it. I want to hold everybody else up.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck on this one.
Hey.